I'm finding myself posting a lot of things lately that have been coming through that have been very urgent. And it's not something that I often do. I don't like to post a whole lot of different things, but it's just been coming so fast. And every time that I find something that really sticks inside of my soul, and you know, I really feel this vibration within, then I feel like I need to share it. And I haven't been doing that very often until recently, and I have been so impressed that there are some key things that we need to be aware of, and to research and to ramp up our understanding, instead of just sitting back and you know, maybe just saying, oh, it's too much, I can't deal with it right now, I can't look at it. Because this is, if there's any time to be aware and alert about what's happening and to make provisions, it is now. And I'm feeling this very strongly. And then when I get other information from other people that you know, I follow, or that is sent to me, I'm seeing that they are feeling the same way. And so I just wanted to point out a couple of key things to share personally with you, based on what I'm feeling inside, and some of the posts that I've made, which is that we are coming very close to a time where we're all going to have to make a very important decision. You know, I mean, we have to be aware of what is happening in the world really means. When we talk about the masks, we're talking about a symbol. It's very clear now. For those of us who haven't just completely bought into that masks are here to protect us and to protect others, or are still questioning, or still seeing that things are not making sense, we know that the masks are a symbol, not just of control, not just of compliance, but of what is coming next. Okay? So we can't just, like, you know, put it aside that, you know, yeah, I know it's coming next, but we have to think about what is the thing that's coming next, that people will have the option to take their mask off. And that is the vaccine. That is the coronavirus vaccine that is being prepared, that may already be prepared. Who knows? The point is that there is something coming in the form of a vaccine that will be presented to every single human being on the earth. This is what they have planned. Now, this vaccine is going to be something that I personally don't feel that they'll be able to make compulsory. They are not going to have mandates, but it's going to be something that we are each going to have to choose whether or not we want to do certain things in our life, or else we won't be permitted to if we don't get the vaccine. So it'll be almost like you have a choice, but if you want to travel, if you want to go to the grocery store, if you want to go to certain places, maybe any place for the most part, you won't be able to do so without having either a chip, a certification, or something to show that you have participated in this worldwide situation. And the reason why it's so important to bring this up to all of us right now is because it is important. If you and your family are not wanting to go down this route, if you're like, heck no, I'm not doing that, there's no way, they're never going to do that, they're never going to inject me, they're never going to inject my kids, we can't just be like, no, it's time to have a plan. It's time to say, okay, this is what we are going to do. We are going to have an option of where we're going to how we're going to live, how we're going to eat, how we're going to move, how we're going to work. And we have this cognitive dissonance, and myself included, that, you know, that maybe this won't happen. Maybe this is just too crazy, and it's so far-fetched, and it still seems like it couldn't happen. I know we're hearing all these things, and I know we've seen the documents, and I know we've seen, you know, the documents from the clinicaltrials.gov that have already are having the messaging of what we are going to be coerced, how we're going to be you know, they're going to make us, feel bad, or, tell us why we should get it and all the reasons why. And, they're talking about the way that doctors are going to, bring this information to us in a way that's we're going to be punished basically if we don't comply. A lot of shame, a lot of societal kind of like, yellow star kinds of things. You already see it now. We already see it with the mask. This is nothing that is unusual. So, but we're still not really getting that we are going to need to make a plan. So what is the plan? Well, that's something that each of us are going to have a really hard conversation with our family. And we are needing to decide, and maybe getting together with other friends that also are not going to comply with this. And there's a lot of us. Today I posted a gentleman who was speaking in Shasta County, and basically sharing that, there's a lot of citizens that are getting really disturbed and upset with seeing the blatant lies and inconsistencies with the mandates and what we're being forced to do and not do because of something that they say is unsafe, when the data is not supporting that in the form of, something that's super deadly. So what he was saying was that there's like 1 million people, I don't know how many actually is, but there's a lot of people out there, friends, who are getting really disturbed that they're going to supposedly have to be forced, further than the mask and the social distancing and all the other things that are happening, businesses closing. People are going to be rising up. Okay, there's going to be a civil unrest like we've never seen before, because people are fed up with this type of bullying and this globalist agenda to lock us down, using the coronavirus as the opportunistic thing. And whether or not they planned it, who knows? We do know that there was a lot of predictive programming in all of this, Event 201, just a litany of things. But whatever it is, it's been planned. We know that the Rockefeller Lockstep document that was made is basically saying exactly what's happening now. Okay, so if you read that document and you're really paying attention to what's happening, you realize that this is not a dress rehearsal. This is not just a test. In some ways, the masks are a test to see whether or not how we're going to comply, the social distancing, the lockdowns, to see how we're going to do when the real thing comes around, which is it is the vaccine. Many places around the world, they're already having these places where people are being separated from their families. They're making provisions in Australia and documentation where they're saying that children can be removed. In Canada, that this is something that is real, that the government officials are saying that this is something that definitely is allowed. So what I'm saying in relation to the preparing and to what this gentleman was saying is that there's a lot more than 1 or 2 people, or just the fringe, that are not going to go along with the vaccine and a lot of the other things that are being encroached on us and removed from us in the way of freedoms. So I just want to encourage you all that you're not alone, and it's time to have some deep conversations with your family and with your friends to pull together to create a plan. And I don't know what that looks like, but I just feel impressed that it's important that we not just brush it aside and keep talking about it like many of us keep doing, but actually formulate a plan and hope that you never have to use it. We hope that we never have to use an earthquake package disaster package. We hope that we never have to, do a lot of things, but we do need to plan and we do need to prepare. And in the meantime, we still fight. We still hold the line for truth. We still speak our truth. We still do the petitions. We do the marches. We do the rallies. We support. We do all the things. We share. We are the light. We are going to continue to do that. But we also use wisdom. And so what I want to ask for all of us to do for this, the main part of this whole feeling that I'm getting, is to ask also God for wisdom. Ask for wisdom. And the Bible says, if you believe in the Bible, that God gives wisdom liberally, generously. And I am praying for wisdom for myself. I need it so much because I really often feel like I just don't know what to do. It's so overwhelming. There's so many things to consider personally for me. There's so many things to consider for all of us, and it's disturbing and it's upsetting, and I find myself sometimes just feel like I get paralyzed from just almost denial, where I'm like, this can't be really happening. This is not really happening. I'm sure everything's going to be fine, even though I know that there's a lot of other, truths that are not supporting that reality that we're actually living in. So it's not about just, doom and gloom or not having faith. It's about being wise. It's about preparing. It's about knowing what's happening and not being foolish and keeping our heads in the sand, but it is about being fully activated with wisdom to be guided with what is next, so that we're not caught unawares. And so I just wanted to share that with you all, and you'll know what to do. You'll know what to do next. This video is not a how-to to tell you what to do next. It's just to stir you up to say, yeah, maybe we should begin to really think about that and start to do something about it. So I'm just praying for all of us, and praying for our country, and praying for our president, praying for our world, and sending you all so much love and light and humanity, and I'll see you on the other side.